How's everyone doing today? Day 2. It's usually day 1, day 2. All right. Welcome, everybody, and thank you to Ori and Sonia, of course, and everybody on the AWE team. It's a crazy effort everybody pulls off, and we're just also happy to be here. It's like a big family reunion. This is going to be like an Olympian short track speed skating session of 25 minutes or less. So I love wellness, and for years, wellness has been tied to physical places, gyms, studios, clinics, and today, immersive technologies are creating adaptive wellness ecosystems that move, actually, let's start here, that move with us, responding to our behaviors, motivations, our emotional stresses, and daily lives in real time. This conversation is about how XR is expanding wellness beyond fitness into something much more personalized, connected, and human-centered. We're moving from places that we go to get healthy to intelligent environments that continuously support our well-being. So, as Patrice said, I'm Kathleen Cohen. I'm the founder of the Collaboratorium, an XR AI strategic consultancy. My career, this is a little bit of my journey map, and the thing that's so important here are those 3 little red stars. They totally have defined my path to where I am today, creating in real-life objects as an industrial designer, being an animator and animating those objects, and then taking them into a gaming engine as a gamer. And I will say this, 30 years later, we have the same challenges that we had when I was part of DreamWorks Interactive. We were the first Medal of Honor team, PSX-1, if anybody remembers that. We didn't know we were building a brand that was 30 years. But we wouldn't even think to use an out-of-the-box solution like Unreal. So times have changed. Anyway, as far as my consultancy today, I'm actually happy to say that we're announcing some new verticals in management, in investment, and in licensing. So I'm happy to discuss that further. But right now I'm here and super excited to illuminate these 2 gentlemen, the 2 CEOs that are at the helm of XR and AI wellness with cardio and functional agility. Mainly, we were discussing this earlier, but I just want to do a quick show of hands. How many people here go to a gym? How many people do a gym at home? How many people actually use a headset for your gym activities? And how many people are in glasses, using glasses for any kind of engagement? Okay, awesome. With that, I'd like to introduce Jaime. Jaime, can you introduce yourself first, and then we'll show a little video of your company.
Thank you. So I am Jaime Pichardo. So I've been with others it's been 7 years that we've been building especially movement applications and games. And we're most well known now for Les Mills Body Combat, which is our flagship. But we actually started 7 years ago with a rhythm game called O-Shape. I've always been a big fan of gaming, but when we started in XR, I actually experienced the joy of mixing both of my passions, which is gaming and fitness. So that journey actually also showed what is a karma positive company like ours, where basically we're transforming lives through gamified experiences that get people moving. And particularly, I'm very excited to talk today about what kind of people and how we're making them move and motivated so that they actually meet their goals. And I also have a cool, nice story that I would like to share later. And I want to just show up a video of what we do.
I love that. Anything you want to share?
Yeah. So beyond headsets, I'm also very interested today on the last part of the talk on actually hearing from you guys what is that transition and what interests you more around the development and the progress of smart glasses for fitness.
Awesome. When we get to Q&A, fire up those questions. Okay, Sam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Cole. I'm the co-founder and CEO of FitXR. We've also been building in this space for a long time. So we launched Box VR almost 10 years ago, which was the first virtual reality fitness experience on the store. It's interesting now that we're kind of starting to hear more people talk and maybe starting to see the convergence of glasses and VR headsets, because when we first started building, we were actually trying to build fitness experiences for Magic Leap. And then we shifted to where the consumer adoption was. And we had some of the same thoughts that people still have today about what it's going to be like to work out on a headset. A lot of preconceived kind of negative ideas about, like, wouldn't it be weird to sweat in a device, or just how's that even going to work? Back then it was like there were cables everywhere as well, right? So it was an even clunkier experience. What we found was that when we put the headset on, even with like a very crude demo of what became our boxing product, we were able to lose ourselves in the experience, and we forgot that we were in my co-founder's cold, wet garage just outside of London. We forgot that we were in a HTC Vive that stunk of cigarette smoke because we bought it secondhand. And we forgot that there were cables everywhere, and we just lost ourselves in the experience. And I think that has become something that's been so pivotal for us. And it really is the secret sauce, I think, of our experience, and I think what Jaime and the team at Otters have built as well. And it's why we're able to serve such a broad audience of people, because what it enables us to do is get more people into a flow-like state with exercise. And for us, where we see the biggest impact is for people who have never been able to do that before with traditional exercise. And so that's why we'd like to talk about building fitness for the rest of us, or fitness for the true mass market audience. So here's a video.
Listen up, all eyes on me. I'll show you who you wanna be. Yeah, hey. Look at that, you won't believe it's all you want, it's all you need. Yeah, hey. Oh, wow. It's going down. Oh, wow. Talk of the town. You ain't seen nothing. I'll show you something. Oh, wow. You don't want to miss this. It's the new sound. It's the new sound. New hype, new vibe, new wave, good times.
Nice. All right, we're going to jump into the quick questions here without going into why you guys both started your companies, because you alluded to it. Jaime, what gap in traditional wellness made you believe that XR could play a meaningful role?
So actually, on that side, I think that we have catered to such a wide range of people that actually, for example, the part of the gym intimidation, which is people being very anxious of going out there and showing up themselves at gyms and working out. So, for example, that was something that we revolutionized very nicely by gamifying the experience. But also, we have made a very great impact in terms of the part where we are reducing that friction by being able to adapt the experience to each of the people by having, for example, an amazing onboarding that can be catered to each of the users. Also, meeting them where we are able to actually have them into that flow state that Sam was referring to, where they actually forget about what they are doing, because there's so many sensorial effects, and the gamification of the experience actually allows them to forget about the enduring and the pain of working out, and actually having them with micro wins where they are progressing through their road or their roadmap towards the goal. I think that is where people get the most excited about when they try a headset.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Sam, can you talk a little bit too with that about adaptive and define adaptive, since I know that as a universal access term or somebody from a persons with disabilities community. How is adaptive defined for FitXR?
Yeah, I think accessibility has always been a big part of our definition as well. It's really about being able to tailor what we think of as, like, we should be able to tailor the entire experience to an individual customer. And I think, when we look at the fitness industry at large, the fitness industry loves to talk about personalization. And it's like a buzzword of the industry. And what it really means is we've got a library of thousands of different classes, and we're going to use a recommendation engine to put the right class in front of you, which is largely going to be, hey, you did this coach and this session last time, let's show you more of the same. But we're both building immersive content on gaming engines. And that means that everything should be adaptable to the individual customer. And not only that, it's like it enables you to build experiences that should be able to dynamically adjust to the customer while they're inside the experience as well. And I think we both have some pretty shared beliefs around kind kind of like our fitness philosophies. But at the end of the day, I think what we're both trying to achieve is to enable more and more people to form habits with fitness that have had habits in the past. And I think adaptive and dynamic content that really meets you as an individual where you're at, at that particular moment in your day or your life or whatever, I think is super important to try and build an experience that is more habitual for those customers.
I actually want to be like, looking like a bodybuilder when I actually put on my gear. And actually, that's adaptive for me. That's incentivizing. So I get it.
There's actually one of the things that recommendation algorithms or systems reduces the friction or the decision fatigue. So actually, it's very pleasant sometimes where you're like, I just want to work out. You don't have something specific in mind, and then you have a recommendation. It's like, oh, then I don't even need to think or have the Netflix effect, which is like, hey, let's do something. But you have so much to choose from. I particularly, I'm like, streaks do so much more for your fitness and wellness than the actual thing that you're performing. So that's why leaning towards something that allows the users to actually stick to the habit, which is something we're big fans of, is so much more powerful than some of the other elements in fitness.
I asked the question earlier, how many people go to the gym? Did I say every day? Raise your hand if you're at the gym every day. Okay, 5 days a week? 3? Okay, all right. Now you get it. Jaime, on that same note, what does traditional fitness and wellness still get wrong?
So there's actually a lot of progress that is being made with bringing technology into the gyms and the space. But I think that the biggest part that I see is, one, when you leave the gym, many times you're not aware of actually what you have progressed towards. And that ties into that recommendation system that I think that we are at the gyms. There should be more systems or more more of an onboarding process when users come in to help them towards their goal without having to actually have a full-on conversation, but actually be able to, hey, you're tracking this towards your goal, or maybe today, these are the things that we recommend that you do, without needing to actually go too deep into it, but create a very basic layer for users to actually get that recommendation of what to do today towards their goals.
I'm interested just quickly as well. Do you think traditional fitness also gets wrong their kind of like their entry point into the medium as a whole? Like you've kind of lived this. I've lived this a little bit we did a partnership with Zumba.
Yep.
You've had very deep partnerships with Les Mills. I feel like they were kind of both on the earlier side of wanting to get into VR. I don't know what your experience is. Our experience right now, it's like you try and talk to anyone about any traditional fitness brand about glasses or headsets, and it's like they don't want anything to do with it, right?
Right.
And I'm sure they will in like 2 years' time. Like they'll all re-enter again. Is that what you're saying?
I think right now, so for example, I went to FIBO in Cologne, which is the Gamescom of fitness. It's a great way to put it. And I think right now there is a big fear of experimenting, and they would rather be late and right than wrong and early. When we did our partnership with Les Mills, we were really lucky, but the timing, they were really scared at the time because it was during the pandemic. So their whole business, the physical business, was in jeopardy. So that's why I think they were a lot more open. I do not know how they would be today if we had that conversation, but I am sure that, and I do know of some brands that are a lot more open to that innovation, but it has to go through the, let's take a little bet. It doesn't sound yet like an established ecosystem for them.
With your partners like Les Mills, can you tell us a little bit of a user story or user experience that resonated with you? I know we talked about that earlier too. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, there was this woman, Martha. She was actually from the UK, and we were in touch with her because she had been a very long-term fan of Les Mills Plus, which is basically service of online classes that you could watch on your TV or your laptop. And she was performing that for many years. And she had tried to go to a gym a few times to actually do the classes live, but she was, that term, intimidated, and she wasn't comfortable at all. When the headset came in, she started doing it, and she actually was one of the most active users. And after, I think it was after a year or so, she actually flew into Madrid to a Les Mills Live, which is an event where you have a stage with 16 trainers and maybe 2,000 people at the same time working out. And there she went, and she actually got to meet me and the team, and also the two trainers, Dan and Rage, that are actually in the headset training with. So that was, we have lots of amazing stories, but that was the one that I've seen like the biggest impact of not willing to go to a gym or afraid of it, to then working out with 2,000 people
Being
live.
Yeah. I said, where is she now? Do we know where she is now?
She is still in London.
Yeah.
And she's doing a lot of body combat still. So
When I first met up this morning with both of these gentlemen, they both were saying to themselves, each other, and I overheard, "What was your workout this morning? What did you do?" And they were comparing notes. So on that, and they're talking about how their wearable devices are engaging with all of the apparatus that they build, that they experience, and who you both are in your independent health journey. So can you talk about what your whole gadgetry system is for yourself a little bit? I think people would love to know that.
Yeah, so I think we're both doing something pretty similar at the moment, where I'm using ChatGPT to be the basis for my coaching experience. And what's been really powerful for me is I just dump all of my wearable data into a thread. It has my goals and what I'm trying to achieve overall. But it's to come back to like the adaptive and dynamic nature of it. What's the most powerful thing for me has been, I can boot it up any day and I can say, I'm not really feeling like this today. I'm feeling a bit tired, I'm feeling jet lagged, or I'm feeling really motivated, I want to push myself. What should I do? And as a result of that adaptability, it's meant that my workouts in general have significantly increased from previous years, because I'm just trying to live the mindset that we talk to our customers a lot about, which is just come in and try and sweat every day, try and form a habit with exercise in of itself. Doesn't matter if it's, like, I love the quote, the best fitness plan is the one that you stick to. And for me, having a plan that adapts to my needs in any given moment is the plan that I'm sticking to. And I think what's so interesting about that is you see a lot of different AI coaching fitness experiences come to the stores recently, maybe mainly on mobile. And I just don't think any of them are doing as good a job as what I'm currently getting with ChatGPT and taking screenshots of Apple Health. And so I think that feels like a really big opportunity. And I think it's so core to what we're talking about here, where it's like the holy grail will be when you not only have that from a plan perspective, so it's like awareness of the customer and insights around the customer that largely comes from wearables. You then take that into an adaptive plan that can be tweaked by the customer in any dimension whenever they want. And then you feed that into a content experience. So you've got this complete kind of ecosystem around the individual customer. I think that's the kind of holy grail.
yeah, I think
I was going to say 20 seconds or less, 5 seconds.
So the power of showing up, it is extremely important, and it gets any user anywhere they want to go a lot faster than the importance of the actual thing they do. And one thing that we were discussing this morning is if you have a goal and then every day you have to run, let's say 10K, but then you're able to actually say, hey, I didn't sleep that well, and then suddenly that workout becomes, let's say, a 3K and then some mobility, that day you will not miss the workout. Whereas if it's a 10K, you for sure would have missed it. So the power of showing up and the power of sticking to the habit is something that through AI and adaptive experiences, we can really leverage to have a user that sticks to their goals for a lot longer.
There are so many more questions. I want to ask about GLP. I want to ask about, there's a million things we want to go, but we want to give the audience a chance to ask a question, and we're down to the clock because I'm so on time because I'm a damn good producer. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Who would like to ask a question? Linnea.
Allow the microphone. Oh, sure. With Meta shutting down Supernatural and the state of the business, what that indicates to venture capitalists as far as like exit potential versus return on investment. Can you talk a little bit about how you see the next couple of years shaping up in VR and fitness? And, Sam and I both have subscription businesses, and just talk a little bit turkey about the business.
1 minute.
Yeah, thanks, Linnea. Spicy one. I think the industry's in a hard state right now, right? We feel like we're in a bit of I think everyone kind of feels this. We're in a bit of a transition period between the old and the new. I think, we're fortunate in the sense that we do have recurring revenue from a sizable customer base, and that's enabled us to be profitable for the last almost 2 years. And that's been really great because it's very hard to go out and raise venture funding right now. I think that will change, as more and more people start to see the convergence that is happening and headsets start to look more like glasses, and glasses start to get more mainstream adoption. I think we're going to see the same excitement come back from VCs as we start to see from fitness partners. So I think it's changing, but it's hard, and it's definitely, survival's the kind of name of the game right now, right?
Do you think you'll get the level of immersion that you can get currently in VR and the glasses?
I still believe the thing that excited us 10 years ago was this idea about trying to deliver a true augmented reality fitness experience on glasses. And, I'm still waiting for the device that truly enables that, but I believe we're working toward that.
And you guys can continue that conversation. It's a good one. Jaime, you have an ask of the audience.
Yes, actually, I would love to know, when you're making a question, what excites you the most, particularly on the display glasses, which are the fastest ones towards that mass adoption we all want. What excites you the most around how that can enhance your day-to-day fitness experiences?
Zombie run.
Oh my gosh. Or mountain lion run for me in Santa Monica. Yeah. Come up to the mic. And if you get cut off, we'll continue this afterwards because we want to honor the next folks coming in.
My name is Christine. I have a short question. I know this product is developed for younger generation. Is there a future for the development of the product for the aging population, and what does it look like?
Okay. That's a very interesting point because, for example, at least for our audience, the most active persona or range of persona are actually the moms of the kids that own the headset kids, or even we're talking 35 to all the way to 60. I have lots of friends that send me the videos, and definitely in terms of adaptive, again with that term, adaptive experiences, I think that there's a path towards that. However, in terms of fitness that has motivational coaching, I think that is going to be very appealing towards the older generations, but we will have to do a lot more conversational and maybe adapt a little bit the mechanics so that it's a bit less exciting in that sense.
I just want you guys to give these two gentlemen and innovators a round of applause and follow up with all of us if you have questions afterwards. Thank you so much.
Thank you.